Let us start coding our character's movement. We're really going to take it step by step, really slowly. So we're first going to make our character move somehow, and then we will improve that. Because player has a script that extends our actor script, it will run all the code that we will write in actor.gd. We will start by adding a function that is specific to Godot, that is built into the engine, called physics process. So type the func keyword to define the function, and then underscore physics process. If you don't have the autocompletion like me, the colon float and the arrow after that, it's because of your editor settings. So go to editor, editor settings, and look for type. And in the completion category, add type hints should be on. Once you've done that, and you type the function name, you will get these type hints inside of there. We're going to work with these, so I invite you to set that setting to on. Physics process is a function that if you define it in one of your nodes, Godot will automatically call it every frame in your game, typically 30 to 60 times per second. This is generally where you want to place the player movement. Note that you have two. One is called process and the other is called physics process. For characters like your player, everything that involves physics, objects that will collide, that have to detect the floor, the walls, you want to use physics process. Now we will make our character move here, and to do so, we have a function that is defined on the kinematic body 2D. It's called move and slide. This one asks you for a linear velocity of type vector2. So we're going to create that vector2 above the move and slide here in a new variable. You can press Ctrl-Shift-Enter to create a new line above the one where you have the cursor. We're creating a new variable here that we'll call velocity. That will be our linear velocity. And it's going to be a vector2. So you can press colon, then you add an equal sign to ask Godot to set the type of that variable to what we're going to type after the equal sign. In this case, it's going to be a vector2. A vector2 has two values, one on the x-axis and one on the y-axis, that represents either a position or it can represent a length if you want. In our case, a velocity. On the x-axis, we're going to put, let's say, 300, and on the y-axis, 0. This means that we want our character to move at 300 pixels per second on the y-axis and 0 pixels per second on the x-axis and 0 on the y. And in our move and slide, inside the parentheses, you want to enter velocity. We'll move the character using that value stored in the velocity variable. Now going back to the scene, we can play it using the F6 key to preview the movement. The thing is, the character here, if you zoom back and you look at the frame, it's outside of that frame that represents your view. So I'm going to move the character inside the view. To do so, press the W key or select the move mode in the toolbar and click and drag to place your character in the view. Then press F6 to play this scene and you will see your character move to the right at a constant speed. You can click at the top on script or press F3 as a shortcut to do that. F1, F2, F3, F4 are shortcuts to switch the views and open the help. F3 for the script editor, and we're going to improve our code a little bit.